Welcome to Nova English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey. You might think that when you go to sleep, your brain just ... shuts off. But what if I told you it's the complete opposite? What's really happening is a secret, incredibly active process that's rewiring your mind every single night. We're about to uncover how sleep is the single most important and most misunderstood thing you can do for your memory, focus, and even to protect yourself against future brain diseases. For centuries, we've treated sleep like an inconvenience, a waste of time that gets in the way of our productivity. We've glorified the all-nighter, worn sleep deprivation like a badge of honor, and bought into a hustle culture that screams, "You can sleep when you're re-dead." But what if that entire philosophy isn't just wrong, but dangerously backward? Because during those precious hours of slumber, your brain isn't offline at all. It's a bustling city of activity, a hidden world of cellular repair, memory organization, and emotional first aid. The latest science shows sleep isn't a passive state of rest, but an active and brilliantly organized process that decides how sharp your mind is tomorrow, how stable your emotions are, and how healthy your brain will be decades from now. We are in the middle of a sleep revolution, finally understanding the profound consequences of ignoring this fundamental biological need. The story of sleep is the story of your brain's hidden power. And together, we're going to uncover what really happens when you close your eyes. We'll explore the wild architecture of your sleep, journey through its mysterious stages, and reveal how each one helps sculpt the person you are when you wake up. This isn't just about feeling rested, it's about unlocking your brain's full potential. Section 1. The Common Misconception. Let's start by tackling the giant myth that looms over our society. The idea that sleep is just a state of doing nothing. We tend to see our lives as a switch. You're either awake and productive, or you're asleep and useless. This belief is so deep in our culture that we actually feel guilty for sleeping. We say things like, "I'll catch up on sleep this weekend," as if it's a chore we can put off. We slam caffeine to push our bodies past their natural limits, cheating our brains out of their essential maintenance time. This burnout mindset is fueled by a world that never stops. We're always connected, always on, and pressured to achieve more and work longer. In this high-stakes game, sleep can feel like a luxury we just can't afford. The student pulling an all-nighter thinks one more hour of cramming is better than an hour of sleep. The entrepreneur burning the midnight oil is convinced that sacrifice is the key to success. But the science paints a completely different picture. When you deprive yourself of sleep, you aren't gaining a competitive edge. You are giving yourself a neurological handicap. Think about the last time you got a terrible night's sleep. How did you feel the next day? Probably like you were in a brain fog. Your focus was shot. Your thoughts were sluggish, and simple decisions felt impossible. This isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable drop in cognitive performance. Studies have shown that even a single night of bad sleep can wreck your attention, working memory, and dismissing. Your reaction time slows down, and your judgment gets worse. In fact, the cognitive impairment from one night of missed sleep can be equivalent to being legally drunk. You wouldn't show up to an important meeting after a few beers, yet we constantly expect our brains to perform at their peak on a fraction of the sleep they need. The irony is that the very things we sacrifice, sleep, performance, productivity, are the very things that sleep supercharges. That student cramming all night might flip through more pages, but their ability to actually learn and remember that information is destroyed. Sleep deprivation can slash our learning capacity by up to 40%. The new information never has a chance to get saved, making the whole all-nighter pretty much pointless. This massive misunderstanding of sleep creates a chronic sleep debt in most of the population, leading to irritability, mood swings, and a hair-trigger temper. It contributes to mistakes at work, accidents on the road, and a general decline in our quality of life. We see sleep as an off switch, when in reality it's the on switch for a whole suite of maintenance programs that can't run during the chaos of the day. To really get sleep's power, we need to ditch this outdated view and see what's actually going on in the brain when the lights go out. Section 2. The journey begins, the sleep cycle architecture. To really appreciate the brain's nightly marathon, you have to understand the track it runs on. Sleep isn't just one long nap. It's a structured journey through different stages, each with its own job. This journey is the sleep cycle, and you typically run through it 4 to 6 times a night, with each lap taking about 90 minutes. The two main kinds of sleep are non-rapid eye movement (NREM) and rapid eye movement (REM). Our journey starts in NREM Stage 1 N1. This is that super light, drowsy state right after you close your eyes. You can be woken up easily, your muscles start to relax, and your brain waves slow down. This is where you might get those weird muscle twitches or the feeling of falling, called hypnic jerks. This stage is just a quick doorway into sleep, lasting only a few minutes. From N1, you slide into NREM Stage 2 N2. This is where you spend about half your night. Your body temperature drops, your heart rate and breathing get more regular, and the outside world starts to fade away. If we looked at your brain waves here, we'd see something amazing. Short, powerful bursts of activity called sleep spindles and K-COT. For a long time, their purpose was a mystery, but scientists now believe these bursts are critical. They act as gatekeepers, blocking out sounds to protect your sleep, and more importantly, they play a huge role in organizing your memories. Next, you enter the deepest and most restorative stage. NREM, Stage 3 N3, also known as slow wave sleep. Here, your brain produces huge, slow, synchronized brainwaves called delta waves. It's incredibly hard to be woken up from this stage. If you are, you'll feel groggy and out of it for a while. During slow wave sleep, your body goes into full repair mode. It releases growth hormone, works on fixing tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens your immune system. But this stage is also absolutely essential for cleaning your brain and locking in certain types of memories. Slow wave sleep mostly happens in the first half of the night. After hitting the depths of N3, your brain climbs back up through N2 before launching into the most famous stage of all, REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement because your eyes dart back and forth behind your closed lids. And here's a wild paradox. Your brain activity during REM sleep looks almost identical to when you re-wide awake. It's a storm of high-frequency brainwaves. Your breathing gets faster. Your heart rate increases, but your body is almost completely paralyzed. The brainstem blocks signals to your muscles, a brilliant safety feature that stops you from acting out your vivid dreams. This whole 90-minute cycle repeats all night, but the design changes over time. The first half of the night is dominated by deep, restorative, slow-wave sleep. But as morning gets closer, the periods of deep sleep get shorter and the periods of REM sleep get longer and longer. This elegant structure isn't an accident. It's a perfectly timed system designed to perform a series of critical jobs in a specific order, ensuring your is serviced, sorted, and ready for the day. Section 3, Act 1, Memory Consolidation. The brain's librarian. Have you ever studied for an exam, felt like you totally knew the material, only to have it vanish by morning? Or practiced a new skill, like a song on the piano, and felt clumsy, but after a night of sleep, it suddenly felt easier? That's not in your head. That's one of sleep's most incredible functions. Memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain acts like a master librarian, working the night shift to sort, file, and strengthen everything you learned during the day. Forming a lasting memory is a two-step process. During the day, when you learn something new, a fact, a name, a new route, that information is first stored in a temporary holding area in your brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is like a USB drive with limited space. It's great for capturing new information quickly, but it's not built for long-term storage. If the information just stays there, it gets overwritten or forgotten. That's where the night shift comes in. When you fall asleep, your brain starts the crucial process of saving your files. During specific sleep stages, the brain replays the neural patterns from the day. This helps transfer important memories from the temporary hippocampus to a more permanent, secure home in the neocortex, the brain's vast outer layer. Think of the neocortex as the main library, with endless shelves where information can be stored for a lifetime. But this isn't just a simple file transfer. The brain librarian is smart. It strengthens the important details and gets rid of the irrelevant ones. For example, it might save the key ideas from a lecture, but toss out the memory of the color of the professor's shirt. It also links these new memories with your existing knowledge, building a rich web of information. This is why sleep is so vital for creativity. By connecting new and old ideas in surprising ways. Sleep lets you wake up with fresh insights you didn't have before bed. Different sleep stages specialize in different types of memories. The deep, slow-wave sleep, N3, in the first half of the night is crucial for locking in declarative memories, the what memories, like facts and events. The powerful delta waves seem to open a direct line between the hippocampus and the neocortex for this massive information transfer. This is why deep sleep after studying is so important for exams. Meanwhile, REM sleep, which dominates the second half of the night, seems to be for procedural memories. The how-to memories, like muscle memory for sports or playing an instrument. It's during REM sleep that these skills are practiced and perfected in your brain. This is also when the brain processes emotional memories, helping to integrate them into your life's story with a very special therapeutic twist. And those little bursts of brain activity in stage 2, the sleep spindles. They are superstars in this process. They are thought to act like couriers, helping to carry the memory files from the hippocampus to the neocortex. The more sleep spindles a person has, the better their memory seems to be. This highlights a critical point. Saving memories is time-sensitive. The window of opportunity is the night asterisk after asterisk you learn something. So, the next time you're debating whether to study for 1 more hour or just go to bed, remember the librarian. Without giving that librarian the quiet time to work, all the information you tried to cram onto the front desk will likely be gone by morning. Sleep isn't the opposite of learning. It's an essential part of it. Section 3, Act 1, Memory Consolidation. The brain's librarian. Have you ever studied for an exam, felt like you totally knew the material, only to have it vanish by morning? Or practiced a new skill, like a song on the piano, and felt clumsy, but after a night of sleep, it suddenly felt easier? That's not in your head. That's one of sleep's most incredible functions. Memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain acts like a master librarian, working the night shift to sort, file, and strengthen everything you learned during the day. Forming a lasting memory is a two-step process. During the day, when you learn something new, a fact, a name, a new route, that information is first stored in a temporary holding area in your brain called the hippocampus. The hippocampus is like a USB drive with limited space. It's great for capturing new information quickly, but it's not built for long-term storage. If the information just stays there, it gets overwritten or forgotten. That's where the night shift comes in. When you fall asleep, your brain starts the crucial process of saving your files. During specific sleep stages, the brain replays the neural patterns from the day. This helps transfer important memories from the temporary hippocampus to a more permanent, secure home in the neocortex, the brain's vast outer layer. Think of the neocortex as the main library, with endless shelves where information can be stored for a lifetime. But this isn't just a simple file transfer. The Brain Librarian is smart. It strengthens the important details and gets rid of the irrelevant ones. For example, it might save the key ideas from a lecture, but toss out the memory of the color of the Professor S shirt. It also links these new memories with your existing knowledge, building a rich web of information. This is why sleep is so vital for creativity. By connecting new and old ideas in surprising ways, sleep lets you wake up with fresh insights you didn't have before bed. Different sleep stages specialize in different types of memories. The deep, slow-wave sleep N3 in the first half of the night is crucial for locking in declarative memories. What memories? Like facts and events. The powerful delta waves seem to open a direct line between the hippocampus and the neocortex for this massive information transfer. This is why deep sleep after studying is so important for exams. Meanwhile, REM sleep, which dominates the second half of the night, seems to be for procedural memories, like muscle memory for sports or playing an instrument. It's during REM sleep that these skills are practiced and perfected in your brain. This is also when the brain processes emotional memories, helping to integrate them into your life's story with a very special therapeutic twist. And those little bursts of brain activity in stage 2, the sleep spindles, they are superstars in this process. They are thought to act like couriers, helping to carry the memory files from the hippocampus to the neurons. The more sleep spindles a person has, the better their memory seems to be. This highlights a critical point. Saving memories is time-sensitive. The window of opportunity is the night after you learn something. So, the next time you're debating whether to study for 1 more hour or just go to bed, remember the librarian. Without giving that librarian the quiet time to work, all the information you tried to cram onto the front desk will likely be gone by morning. Sleep isn't the opposite of learning. It's an essential part of it. Section 4, Act 2, the brain's janitors. The glymphatic system. While your brain is busy working as a librarian, it's also running another vital operation, a deep cleaning service. For a long time, scientists were stumped. How does the brain, the most active organ in the body, clean itself? Every other organ uses the lymphatic system to remove cellular waste. But the brain, locked inside the skull, seemed to be missing it. The answer, discovered relatively recently, is one of the coolest revelations in neuroscience: the glymphatic system. Imagine your brain is a busy city that's running 24/7 during the day. Its workers, your neurons, are constantly firing, communicating, and burning energy. This creates a ton of metabolic waste, like a city producing trash. One of the worst of these waste products is a sticky protein called amyloid beta. If this stuff isn't cleared out, it can clump together to form toxic plaques, which are a primary driver of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. The buildup of these plaques is one of the key signs of the disease. So, how does the brain take out the trash? This is where the glymphatic system comes in, and here's the catch. It works almost exclusively while you sleep. Think of it as a cleaning crew that can only work when the city streets are empty at night. When you fall into deep, slow-wave sleep, something amazing happens. Your brain cells, called glia, seem to shrink, creating up to 60% more space between your neurons. This opens up channels for a massive cleanup. Then cerebrospinal fluid (CSF) is pumped into the brain. This fluid acts like a power washer, flowing through these newly widened spaces and flushing out all the metabolic waste, including that dangerous amyloid beta. The dirty fluid is then collected and directed out of the brain for disposal. It's a brilliant piece of biological engineering, a brain-wide sanitation system. The most important part of this story is the timing. This deep cleaning process is up to 10 times more active when you re-asleep compared to when you re-awake. During the day, the system is mostly offline. It makes sense. You can't have a cleaning crew pressure washing the streets during rush hour. The brain needs the quiet of deep sleep to do its housekeeping. This provides a direct link between your sleep quality and your long-term brain health. What happens when you consistently miss out on deep sleep? The cleaning crew doesn't have time to finish the job. Trash starts to pile up night after night. Amyloid beta and another toxic protein called tau are left to linger. Studies have shown that even a single night of sleep deprivation leads to a measurable increase in amyloid beta in the brain. Chronic sleep problems, like insomnia, are strongly linked to a higher risk of developing dementia later in life. It's now understood to be a vicious cycle. Brain diseases can disrupt sleep, and disrupted sleep can accelerate brain diseases. But the good news is that this discovery puts a powerful tool in our hands. By prioritizing consistent high-quality sleep, we are actively using our brain's built-in defense mechanism against one of the most feared diseases of aging. Every night of good sleep is a night you let the janitors do their job. Section 5, Act 3, The Emotional Reset, REM Sleep and Mental Health. So sleep saves our memories and cleans our brain, but it also performs a kind of emotional alchemy, profoundly influencing our mood and mental health. The star player here is REM sleep. If deep sleep is for physical housekeeping, REM sleep is for emotional first aid. Think of REM sleep as overnight therapy. During the day, we have all kinds of emotional experiences. A stressful meeting or a dumb argument can leave you feeling anxious for hours. These memories are powerful because of the strong emotion attached to them. One of REM sleep's most incredible jobs is to process these emotional experiences and, crucially, strip away the painful, visceral charge while keeping the memory itself. During REM sleep, the brain replays these emotional memories, but it does so in a brain that's almost completely free of noradrenaline, a key chemical involved in our stress and anxiety response. By replaying emotional events in a stress-free brain state, REM sleep lets us separate the memory from its emotional sting. It's like taking the thorn out of the memory. You still remember what happened, but it no longer triggers the same intense fight-or-flight feeling. This allows you to wake up with a new perspective, feeling less emotionally raw than the night before. It's how you heal your mind. So, what happens when we don't get enough REM sleep? The results are immediate. Without that overnight therapy session, our emotional brain gets stuck on high alert. The rational part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, loses its ability to control our emotional command center, the amygdala. This is why after a bad night's sleep, you might feel irritable, moody, and quick to anger. Little things that you'd normally brush off feel like huge problems. You're not just tired. Your emotional brain has been tuned to be more negative and more reactive. fMRI scans show that in sleep-deprived people, the amygdala can be up to 60% more reactive to negative images. This hyperactive fear center is a recipe for anxiety and bad decisions. The link between REM sleep and mental health is profound. Nearly every psychiatric disorder, from depression and anxiety to PTSD, involves major sleep disruption. The terrifying nightmares that plague PTSD sufferers can be seen as a failure of this REM sleep mechanism. The memory is replayed night after night with its full, terrifying emotional charge still attached. It's a two-way street. Emotional distress wrecks your sleep, and bad sleep wrecks your ability to handle emotional distress. But by understanding this, we can see sleep as an active, powerful tool for improving our mental health. Prioritizing sleep is a direct investment in your emotional stability. It asks the time your brain takes to recalibrate and prepare you to face the next day with a calmer, more balanced mind. Section 6. The aha moment. Connecting the dots, we've seen how sleep acts as a librarian, a janitor, and a therapist. Now is the aha moment where we connect the dots. Sleep isn't just one thing. It's all of these things happening in a perfectly timed symphony every single night. The architecture of our sleep, the cycle between deep NREM and active REMers, a masterful design. The first half of the night is for the heavy lifting. It's rich in deep, slow-wave sleep. This is when the librarian is moving your memories to permanent storage and the janitor is doing its deepest cleaning, flushing out toxic debris. This is foundational work, protecting the physical hardware of your brain. Then the script flips. The second half of your sleep is dominated by REM sleep. The librarian now focuses on refining your skills and sparking creativity. At the same time, the overnight therapist gets to work, gently soothing your mind and preparing you for the emotional challenges of the next day. These processes aren't separate, they're completely intertwined. A clean brain can make memories more efficiently. A brain that has processed its emotional baggage can focus and learn better. You can't pick and choose which benefits of sleep you want. Cutting your sleep short doesn't just make you tired. It means you have sabotaged every single one of these critical jobs. You've left memories unsaved, trash uncollected, and emotional wounds open. This is the huge shift in our understanding. Sleep is not a luxury or a sign of weakness. It is a non-negotiable biological need for a healthy brain and a happy life. It is the single most effective thing you can do each day to reset your mind and body. Seeing sleep as the active, essential process it is unlocks our full cognitive and emotional potential. Section 7. The solution: actionable advice for better sleep. Understanding the science is great, but applying it is where the real power is. The good news is that you don't need fancy gadgets to get better sleep. The best strategies are simple, consistent habits that work with your brain's natural rhythms. Here are the most important science-backed tips. First, and most important, regularity. Your body runs on an internal 24-hour clock called the circadian rhythm. This clock loves consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This locks in your rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up refreshed. Second, control your environment. Your brain is super sensitive to light and temperature. Light, especially blue light from screens, shuts down the release of melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time for bed. Dim the lights and put away all screens at least an hour before bed. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary, pitch black, quiet, and cool. Your body temperature needs to drop to initiate sleep. So a cool room around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius can make a huge difference. Third, watch what you consume. Avoid caffeine in the afternoon and evening. It has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours, so a 3 p.m. coffee can still be messing with your sleep at 10 p.m. Alcohol is another trap. It might make you feel drowsy, but it destroys your sleep quality, especially by suppressing REM sleep in the second half of the night. You miss out on all that crucial emotional processing. Finally, how much sleep do you actually need? While it varies a bit, large-scale studies all point to a clear sweet spot. For most adults, 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night is the gold standard for brain health and performance. Research consistently shows that sleeping less than 7 hours or more than 9 is linked to poorer brain function and increased risk for long-term health problems. Aiming for that 7-2-9 hour window is one of the best investments you can make in your future self. These changes might seem small, but their effect on your brain's nightly work is huge. If this journey into the sleeping brain has sparked your curiosity, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We'd love to hear from you. What is the one change you are going to make this week to improve your sleep? Share it in the comments below. Your journey might just inspire someone else to start theirs. We've revealed the hidden world of your brain at night. It's not a world of rest, but one of furious, vital work. It's a librarian, a janitor, and a therapist, all working together to make you the best possible version of yourself. Sleep is not lost time. It is the very foundation on which a sharp mind, a stable mood, and a healthy brain are built. So tonight, when you turn out the lights, don't think of it as shutting down. Think of it as powering up for the most important work of your day. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's your brain's non-negotiable superpower.